With the overwhelming success of the previous Mario movies, a third one is already in production. Stick with us as we uncover the craziest theories, hidden clues, and shocking predictions fans are already making about Super Mario Bros. Movie 3. Princess Daisy takes center stage, one of the most anticipated additions to the Mario cinematic universe is Princess Daisy. In the games, Daisy rules the desert kingdom of Sarasaland and is widely recognized as Luigi's romantic counterpart. Introducing her would not only expand the universe, but also give Luigi a compelling personal storyline. A third film would explore Daisy's leadership and bravery, possibly placing her at the center of a rescue mission. This would mirror classic Mario narratives while allowing Luigi to step into a heroic role, strengthening his character arc and emotional depth. Tatanga, as the next major villain with Daisy's arrival, the perfect antagonist would be Tatanga, the alien warlord from Super Mario Land. His connection to Sarasaland and extraterrestrial origins aligns seamlessly with the cosmic themes introduced in Super Mario Galaxy. Tatanga's attempt to conquer Daisy's kingdom or force a royal marriage could provide a fresh narrative direction. This spacefaring villain would elevate the stakes, shifting the story from terrestrial conflicts to an interstellar adventure. A royal wedding between Mario and Peach. The relationship between Mario and Princess Peach has always been central to the series. Building on their growing bond, the third movie could culminate in a long-awaited royal wedding. Inspired by events from the Super Mario Adventures comic, the ceremony could become a pivotal moment filled with both anticipation and suspense. As preparations unfold, the atmosphere would be charged with emotion, symbolizing the culmination of Mario and Peach's long-standing bond. Decorations, loyal friends, and the unity of the Mushroom Kingdom would set the stage for what appears to be a joyful and historic celebration. However, beneath this surface of happiness, subtle hints of danger could foreshadow an impending disruption. The comic's iconic twist, where deception threatens to shatter the ceremony, offers a perfect blueprint for cinematic adaptation. A villain, possibly Bowser or another antagonist, could disguise themselves as Mario or manipulate events from the shadows, creating a shocking moment of betrayal. This unexpected interference would instantly heighten the stakes, transforming a scene of romance into one of tension and urgency. Such a narrative turn would keep audiences on edge while honoring a beloved storyline cherished by longtime fans. This disruption would not only serve as an action-driven set piece, but also deepen the emotional resonance of the story. Peach's realization of the deception and Mario's determination to protect their bond would reinforce the strength of their relationship. The ordeal could act as a test of trust and loyalty, ultimately making their reunion even more meaningful. By overcoming this obstacle, the character's emotional journey would feel earned, providing a satisfying payoff for viewers who have followed their story across multiple films and media. Ultimately, incorporating elements from the Super Mario Adventures comic would blend nostalgia with fresh storytelling, enriching the cinematic universe while respecting its roots. The ceremony, whether completed or postponed, would stand as a defining moment that bridges past and present interpretations of the franchise. This approach not only celebrates the legacy of the source material, but also delivers a powerful emotional climax that resonates with both dedicated fans and new audiences alike. Through deception, conflict, and eventual triumph, the scene could become one of the most memorable moments in the entire Mario saga. The arrival of Bowser Jr.'s mother. The existence of Bowser Jr. naturally raises questions about his maternal origins. While the games have never provided a definitive answer, introducing a powerful new antagonist, perhaps a rival to Bowser, would add complexity to the Koopa family dynamic. Whether she appears as a reformed ally or an even greater villain, Bowser Jr.'s mother has the potential to ignite deep internal conflict within the Koopa Kingdom. Her sudden arrival would not only challenge Bowser's authority, but also disrupt the fragile balance of power that has long defined his reign. As a figure from Bowser's past, she could bring with her unresolved emotions, hidden motivations, and secrets that reshape everything we thought we knew about the Koopa family. This emotional and political tension would instantly elevate the stakes of the narrative. If portrayed as a reformed character, her presence could introduce a compelling redemption arc that contrasts sharply with Bowser's traditionally villainous persona. She might seek to protect her son from a life of conquest and destruction, advocating for peace and stability within the kingdom. Such a dynamic would place Bowser Jr. at the center of an emotional tug-of-war between his parents, forcing him to question his loyalties and identity. This internal struggle could add a heartfelt dimension to the story, transforming the Koopa family into one of the film's most emotionally resonant elements. On the other hand, if she emerges as an even greater villain than Bowser himself, the consequences could be far more catastrophic. Possessing greater ambition, intelligence, or mastery of dark magic, she might aim to seize control of the Koopa Kingdom and expand its dominion across the galaxy. This shift would not only dethrone Bowser, but also position him in an unexpected role, potentially forcing him into an uneasy alliance with Mario and his friends. Such a twist would redefine traditional hero-villain dynamics and create a thrilling narrative filled with unpredictability and high-stakes confrontations. Ultimately, the introduction of Bowser Jr.'s mother could lead to one of the franchise's most dramatic and emotionally charged confrontations. Whether through a battle for the throne, a struggle for Bowser Jr. as future, or a clash of conflicting ideologies, her role would deepen the mythology of the Koopa lineage. This storyline would expand the emotional scope of the Mario universe, blending family drama with epic adventure. In doing so, it would transform a simple sequel into a powerful saga centered on legacy, loyalty, and the true meaning of family. The cosmic heritage of Peach and Rosalina. The introduction of Rosalina opens the door to exploring the origins of her connection with Princess Peach. Many fan theories suggest that the two share a deeper bond, possibly as relatives or descendants of an ancient cosmic lineage. A third film would reveal their parents or an ancestral kingdom tied to the stars. This revelation would add emotional weight to the narrative and explain the immense cosmic power both characters possess. And when you really examine the Super Mario Bros. Movie, one detail immediately grabs your attention. Peach didn't originate from the Mushroom Kingdom at all. Everything about her life up until now suggested she was native to the kingdom, a figure deeply rooted in its culture, customs, and politics. But the film subtly reveals that her origins lie somewhere entirely different, somewhere beyond the familiar walls of her home. This single detail transforms Peach from a simple princess figure into someone far more complex and layered. She isn't just royalty by title, she is a traveler, someone whose past holds secrets that could influence the unfolding events. Every glance she shares, every choice she makes, might carry echoes of the place she truly belongs. And this adds a layer of intrigue to the story that the audience can't ignore. Finally, it raises questions about her relationships with the other characters, especially Mario. How much does he truly know about her past? And how will this knowledge, or lack thereof, affect their bond? Could her origin story be tied to other mysterious elements in the Mushroom Kingdom, like hidden powers, cosmic threats, or even new allies yet to appear? The possibilities are endless, and they make her journey all the more compelling to watch. That opens the door to a massive possibility. What if Peach and Rosalina didn't just come from similar places? What if they came from the same place? A shared origin, hidden past, or maybe even a forgotten connection? Because if that's true, then this isn't just a meeting, it's a reunion we don't fully understand yet. The rise of Cackletta as a cosmic threat. The third movie could introduce Cackletta, a powerful witch seeking to harness cosmic energy. Her ambition to control ancient artifacts, or the combined power of Peach and Rosalina, would make her a formidable antagonist. This storyline would seamlessly blend elements of magic with interstellar mythology, creating a richer and more expansive narrative universe. By intertwining ancient mystical forces with the vast mysteries of space, the film could elevate the stakes beyond traditional hero versus villain conflicts. Cosmic realms, enchanted artifacts, and celestial destinies would add layers of intrigue, allowing the audience to experience a world where fantasy and science fiction coexist. This fusion would not only broaden the scope of the franchise, but also deepen its mythological foundations. As the narrative ventures into darker and more complex territory, themes such as destiny, sacrifice, and the moral ambiguity of power could take center stage. Characters may be forced to confront difficult choices, testing their loyalties and reshaping their understanding of good and evil. The presence of formidable cosmic threats and ancient magical entities would introduce a sense of urgency and emotional weight, making the journey feel more consequential. This tonal evolution would appeal to longtime fans seeking greater narrative depth while remaining accessible to younger audiences. Despite this shift toward a more mature and intricate storyline, the franchise's adventurous spirit would remain firmly intact. Vibrant worlds, moments of humor, and the enduring themes of friendship and courage would continue to anchor the story in the charm that defines the Mario universe. The balance between lighthearted exploration and high-stakes drama would ensure that the film retains its universal appeal. This harmony allows the narrative to evolve without losing the sense of wonder and excitement that audiences cherish. Ultimately, integrating magic with interstellar mythology would mark a significant turning point for the franchise, signaling its transition into a grander cinematic saga. The expanded lore would open the door for future sequels, spin-offs, and interconnected storylines, establishing a cohesive and enduring universe. By embracing both the whimsical and the profound, this approach would create a memorable cinematic experience that resonates emotionally while delivering spectacular adventure. In doing so, the franchise would not only honor its legacy, but also redefine its future in bold and imaginative ways. Wario's origin and rivalry with Mario. The introduction of Wario would add a fascinating layer to Mario's personal history. Drawing inspiration from comics and game lore, the film could explore a childhood connection between the two characters, transforming their rivalry into an emotionally charged conflict. Wario's morally ambiguous nature would provide a refreshing contrast to traditional villains, adding depth and unpredictability to the narrative. Unlike antagonists driven purely by a desire for domination or destruction, Wario is primarily motivated by greed, self-interest, and personal gain. This makes his actions less about evil intent and more about opportunism, allowing audiences to both distrust and sympathize with him. Such complexity would enrich the story, presenting a character who operates in the gray areas between heroism and villainy. His unpredictable allegiance could position him as both an antagonist and a reluctant ally, depending on how events unfold. Initially, Wario might oppose Mario and his friends in pursuit of treasure, power, or recognition, creating tension and rivalry rooted in their shared history. However, when faced with a greater threat that endangers his own ambitions, he could be compelled to cooperate with the heroes. This shifting dynamic would keep audiences engaged, as his true intentions would remain uncertain until the very end. Additionally, Wario's inclusion would open the door for deeper exploration of his past connection with Mario, potentially revealing childhood experiences that shaped his resentful and competitive personality. By highlighting these shared memories, the narrative could humanize Wario, transforming him from a simple rival into a fully realized character with understandable motivations. This emotional layer would not only enhance the storytelling, but also provide opportunities for character-driven moments that resonate with longtime fans of the franchise. Ultimately, Wario's presence would inject both humor and tension into the film, balancing the stakes with his larger-than-life personality and comedic unpredictability. His blend of cunning, selfishness, and occasional heroism would make him a standout character capable of influencing the story in unexpected ways. By serving as both obstacle and asset to the protagonists, Wario could become one of the most compelling additions to the cinematic universe, leaving audiences eager to see how his role evolves in future installments. The return of Kamek and magical deception. No Koopa storyline would be complete without Kamek, Bowser's loyal sorcerer. Known for his mastery of illusion and transformation magic, Kamek could orchestrate elaborate schemes, including disguises or time-based manipulations. His presence would deepen the mystical aspects of the narrative, introducing layers of ancient magic and hidden knowledge that enrich the story's mythology. As a figure connected to powerful sorcery and arcane traditions, he would expand the film's supernatural scope beyond physical battles. This infusion of mysticism would elevate the stakes, suggesting that the conflict is not only about strength, but also about mastery of forces that shape the very fabric of the universe. Such an addition would create a more immersive and enchanting world for audiences to explore. Moreover, his role would provide a strategic counterbalance to the hero's growing power, ensuring that their journey remains challenging and unpredictable. Rather than relying solely on brute force, this character could employ cunning tactics, illusions, and calculated manipulations to stay one step ahead. His intelligence and magical expertise would force the protagonist to think creatively and work together, emphasizing teamwork and resilience. This dynamic would prevent the narrative from becoming one-sided, maintaining tension throughout the story. In addition, his presence could catalyze deeper character development among the heroes. By confronting an adversary who operates on both intellectual and mystical levels, characters like Mario, Peach, and Luigi would be pushed to evolve beyond their traditional roles. They might seek new alliances, uncover hidden abilities, or confront personal fears to overcome such a formidable opponent. This narrative pressure would not only enhance the emotional depth of the story, but also strengthen the bonds between the characters. Ultimately, integrating this mystical figure into the plot would enrich the thematic complexity of the film, blending elements of fantasy, strategy, and emotional growth. His influence would transform the conflict into a battle of destiny as much as a physical confrontation, reinforcing the idea that true heroism lies in wisdom, unity, and perseverance. By serving as both a magical threat and a strategic mastermind, his presence would leave a lasting impact on the narrative, making the story more compelling and memorable for audiences of all ages. Professor Egad and technological innovations. Another exciting possibility is the cinematic debut of Professor Egad, the eccentric scientist responsible for numerous inventions in the games. His inclusion would bridge the technological and supernatural elements of the Mario universe. From ghost hunting devices to advanced transportation systems, Egad's ingenious creations could play a pivotal role in equipping the heroes to confront the increasingly complex threats facing the Mushroom Kingdom. His technology bridges the gap between science and the supernatural, offering solutions that are as imaginative as they are effective. Whether it's capturing mischievous spirits or navigating uncharted cosmic realms, his inventions would provide the tools necessary for the heroes to survive and adapt. This fusion of intellect and innovation adds a new dimension to the narrative, emphasizing that courage alone is not always enough. One of the most iconic of his inventions, the poltergust, could become essential in battling spectral or magical enemies that traditional methods cannot defeat. This ghost hunting device not only introduces thrilling action sequences, but also creates opportunities for Luigi to step into the spotlight. By relying on Egad's technology, Luigi can evolve from the timid sidekick into a confident hero, showcasing his growth and resilience. Such moments would deepen his character arc while reinforcing the importance of teamwork and ingenuity in overcoming adversity. Beyond ghost hunting, Egad's expertise in advanced transportation, such as interdimensional portals, high-tech vehicles, or even time travel mechanisms, could significantly expand the scope of the cinematic universe. These innovations would enable the heroes to traverse distant galaxies, alternate realities, or hidden realms with ease, seamlessly connecting different storylines within the franchise. This technological versatility not only enhances the sense of adventure, but also lays the groundwork for future narratives that extend beyond the central Mario storyline. Importantly, Egad's presence could serve as a natural springboard for potential spin-offs, most notably a cinematic adaptation of Luigi's Mansion. By introducing his laboratory, research, and ghost-catching equipment within the main film, the narrative can organically transition into Luigi-centered adventures. Such a setup would allow the franchise to diversify its storytelling while maintaining continuity within the broader universe. Ultimately, Egad's creations would not only assist the heroes in their immediate battles, but also help shape the future of the franchise, opening doors to new genres, characters, and unforgettable cinematic experiences. Expanding the Nintendo universe with new allies following the pattern of introducing major Nintendo characters, the third movie could expand the universe even further. Potential allies include Kirby, known for his cosmic abilities, or Captain Olimar, whose connection to the Pikmin species has already been subtly hinted at in previous adaptations. Such crossovers would not only enrich the narrative, but also pave the way for a broader, interconnected Nintendo cinematic universe. By bringing together beloved characters from different franchises, the storytelling potential would expand far beyond the boundaries of a single hero's journey. These interactions would allow diverse worlds, tones, and mythologies to coexist, creating a cohesive universe where each story contributes to a larger overarching saga. This interconnected approach would deepen audience engagement and encourage long-term investment in the franchise. Integrating characters from various Nintendo properties would also open the door to dynamic character relationships and unexpected alliances. Imagine heroes from different realms uniting to confront a common threat, each contributing their unique abilities and perspectives. Such collaborations would not only heighten the scale of the narrative, but also provide fresh emotional and thematic layers. The blending of distinct storytelling styles would ensure that each crossover feels both innovative and meaningful, rather than merely serving as a spectacle. From a cinematic standpoint, establishing an interconnected universe would mirror the successful strategies employed by other major film franchises. Carefully placed Easter eggs, post-credit scenes, and shared narrative threads could gradually build anticipation for larger ensemble events. This method allows individual films to stand on their own, while simultaneously contributing to a grander narrative vision. As a result, audiences would experience a sense of continuity and excitement, eagerly anticipating how each new installment fits into the expanding universe. Ultimately, the creation of a unified Nintendo cinematic universe would represent a significant evolution for video game adaptations. It would not only celebrate the legacy of these iconic characters, but also ensure their relevance for future generations of fans. By balancing standalone adventures with interconnected storytelling, the franchise could achieve both creative depth and commercial success. Such an ambitious vision would transform each crossover into more than just a meeting of characters. It would become a cornerstone in building a lasting and culturally impactful cinematic legacy. From Tatanga's extraterrestrial threat to Princess Daisy's heroic debut, to the exploration of cosmic heritage and the expansion of Nintendo's universe, the stage is set for an unforgettable adventure. The future of the Mario cinematic universe looks brighter and more exciting than ever. So which of these theories are you most excited to see on the big screen? I'll be in the comments.